The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon video. In this video, I want to go over what really happened when Vaemond Velaryon died in George R.R. Martin's novel Fire and Blood. Although House of the Dragon is adapting what happened in Fire and Blood, they are still leaving out certain things from the original story. As you all know, in House of the Dragon, we saw Vaemond Velaryon fight for the rights of his ancestral home of Driftmark after learning his brother Lord Corlys Velaryon suffered a grave injury during the battle in the Stepstones. He felt that Driftmark, along with the Driftwood throne, should go to him since his brother no longer had any legitimate male heirs. Not only was Laenor Velaryon thought to be dead, but he knew Rhaenyra's sons were bastards. As you saw in House of the Dragon, after insulting Rhaenyra and her sons in front of everyone in the Great Hall, Daemon Targaryen sliced off his damn head with his Valyrian Steel sword, Dark Sister. Now, this is sort of what did happen in George R.R. Martin's novel Fire and Blood, however, there are some minor and major differences as well. I want to show you how it was written by George R.R. Martin because I think some of you will like his version also. Roughly 3 years before the start of the Dance of the Dragons, the sea snake, Lord Corlys Velaryon, suddenly became very sick with a fever. He was not injured in battle like we heard in the show. As he laid in his bed surrounded by maesters, the issue arose as to who should succeed him as the master of Driftmark should the sickness take his life. Since his son and daughter were dead, by law his lands and titles should go to his grandson Jacaerys, but since Jace might have ascended the Iron Throne after his mother, Rhaenyra urged her good father to name instead her second son Lucerys. Now, Lord Corlys Velaryon also had half a dozen nephews, however, the eldest of them, Ser Vaemond Velaryon, did fight over his inheritance because he thought Driftmark should go to him on the grounds that Rhaenyra's sons were bastards sired by Sir Harwin. After hearing about this, Rhaenyra was not slow in answering this accusation. She had Daemon Targaryen seize Ser Vaemond and have his head removed, then she fed his dead body to her dragon Syrax. Slicing off his head wasn't enough, she even wanted his dead body given to her dragon as a little snack. Even this did not end the matter, however. Ser Vaemond's younger brothers fled to King's Landing with his wife and sons there to cry for justice and set their own rights before the king. Viserys had grown extremely fat and red of face, and scarce had the strength to mount the steps to the Iron Throne. Instead, his grace heard them out in a stony silence, then ordered every one of their tongues to be removed. "You were warned," he declared, as they were being dragged away. "I will hear no more of these lies." So, as you can see, it was written somewhat differently in the novel. The sea snake wasn't injured in battle. There wasn't this big dramatic scene in the Great Hall of the Red Keep either. And we did not get that amazing moment with Viserys. Now, that is one major addition I did love. Watching Viserys enter the Great Hall and seeing Daemon help him onto the throne before he stood up for his daughter was an amazing way to do the scene. However, there is one thing I wish they did add. Now, maybe it does sound a little dark, but I wish we did see Rhaenyra feed his dead body to her dragon, rather than only seeing Rhaenys look over as the maesters worked on him. With that being said, I do think the show enhanced what George R.R. Martin had written in Fire and Blood. He only had a few lines that described what happened, whereas the show had this amazing moment that involved nearly every main character. Something that was basically a throwaway line was brought to life in such a great way if you ask me. Viserys was obviously the standout from the scene, but I even loved the way Vaemond delivered his lines. You could actually feel the venom in each of his insults, making his death even more satisfying. Thankfully, they did show this beheading, since we did not get to see Daemon deliver that fatal blow to the crab feeder. Now, all I need to see is the dragons have some fun as well, and I think we will get to see that in this final episode of the season on this Sunday. Let me know what all of you think down below. As always, I want to thank all of you for watching the video. I hope all of you have a great day. I will see you again very soon. Bye.
Dragon's eggs, Daenerys, and the Shadowlands beyond Ashai. The ages have turned them to stone, but they will always be beautiful.
The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
In House of the Dragon's most recent episode, we saw Daemon Targaryen find Syrax's 3 dragon eggs while on Dragonstone. Ever since fans saw this scene in episode 8 of House of the Dragon, they have been wondering if Daemon actually found Dany's 3 dragon eggs Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion. Not only were they the exact same amount of eggs Dany was gifted in Season 1 of Game of Thrones, but they also looked exactly the same as well. As we all know, Drogon's egg was black and red, while Rhaegal's egg was green, and Viserion's was a golden yellow. During a behind-the-scenes shot from House of the Dragon, we do see the dragon eggs Daemon found from Syrax are blackish red, green, and golden yellow. It would be very interesting if these were in fact the eggs Daenerys eventually received from Illyrio. Now, in George R.R. Martin's novel Fire and Blood, we may have already found out where Dany's dragon eggs are actually from. In Season 1 of Game of Thrones, when Dany is given the dragon eggs, we heard Illyrio say they were from the Shadowlands beyond Asshai, but how did they actually get there? Well, in Fire and Blood, we hear of someone named Alyssa Farman, who was said to be in love with Rhaenyra Targaryen. Now, during the year of 54 AC, Alyssa discreetly stole 3 dragon eggs from Dragonstone's hatcheries before sailing off to Essos, where she would later sell the eggs for a ship. Those 3 dragon eggs were from the dragon Dreamfire, who we have already met in House of the Dragon. We saw Dreamfire during a scene when Daemon Targaryen went looking for a dragon to mount of his own. Now, if you did notice in that scene, Dreamfire did look exactly like Dany's dragons. And that does make a lot of sense because according to George R.R. Martin's novel Fire and Blood, Dreamfire is the mother of Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion. So, if we are to believe what is written in Fire and Blood, then Dany's dragon eggs were stolen from Dragonstone over 75 years before the events in House of the Dragon. When we see Daemon find those 3 dragon eggs on Dragonstone, Dany's egg should have already been over in Essos for many decades. Now, that story was written in Fire and Blood, but that doesn't mean House of the Dragon's writers won't do something different. The 3 dragon eggs found by Daemon very well could end up being the same eggs Dany gets in Season 1 of Game of Thrones. You never know, the writers of House of the Dragon might decide they want to have Dany's dragon eggs be from Syrax instead of Dreamfire. As you all know, that would give Dany's dragons an even greater connection to this show. Either way, we have already met the mother of Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion, whether it's Dreamfire or Syrax. I happen to believe what's written in Fire and Blood. I think the mother of Dany's dragon eggs is Dreamfire, considering how much she actually looks just like Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion. Therefore, I think Dany's dragon eggs were already gone from Dragonstone well before Daemon finds the 3 eggs in the last episode of House of the Dragon. That's what I think, but I would like to hear all of your thoughts as well. Let me know what you think down below. As always, I want to thank all of you for watching this video. I hope all of you have a great day. I will see you again very soon. Bye.